Hey cool kids, Mr. Steve here, and I am in my garage and I'm gonna do a little experiment. My daughter is home from college and she saw this thing on YouTube and she showed it to me and it was really cool, where you take a rope and you put a bucket of paint underneath it and then you swing the bucket of paint around with a canvas underneath and you get to see the pattern that is made by the paint and the string and the rope, and it's all geometric and super cool, and even a little bit like the spirograph stuff we did a couple weeks ago. So here we are in my garage. I put a rope coming down from the ceiling. I've gotten a quart can of paint, which is blue. This is just a piece of foam board, and it's black, so the paint should show up pretty good on it. And we've got it squared up underneath here. And in just a minute, I'm going to take my drill and I'll drill a hole in the top of the can and the bottom of the can. And my daughter was asking me, well, why do you have to drill a hole in the top? I think it would make a vacuum or like suction if there's nothing to, basically guys, you gotta have a hole in the top for it to drizzle out the bottom, otherwise it gets stuck up in there. So we're going to give this a swing in just a moment. We're gonna move the camera up to a nice high point of view, and hopefully we'll get some really cool patterns and designs on this black board. All right, you guys, get ready. Okay, you guys, my son came outside and he looked at what we were doing and he said, oh, you've set up a pendulum. And that's exactly what we've set up. I totally forgot that's what it's called. So we have our pendulum right here, our bucket of paint. We've got what would be a canvas, but in our case is a piece of black foam core. I am now going to drill a hole into the, I guess I'll start with the top first, and then I'll do the bottom. All right, I'm going to stand back and let Marin work her magic.
Okay, ready guys?
Ready, let's see what happens.
Good start.
Thanks. There we go.
Come on, get on there.
It will. It's really...
It's kind of
Spotty.
Yeah.
but maybe that'll still be okay. All right, you guys, I think that's pretty much it on this one. The one thing we learned is our paint was pretty thick, so we're gonna do this again and make sure the paint is watered down a little bit. It got kind of weird with the drips going down instead of the lines, but still it's pretty cool. But we're ending up with a big puddle here in the middle, which I'm not crazy about. But this thing still looks pretty darn cool. I think it's gonna be worthy of hanging on the wall. All right, so here we go. And the paint is, there's still a pretty good bit of paint in here. This paint was just too thick. All right, so we're gonna try this again with some watered down paint, and I'll put in a couple of photos of what this looks like, but that's pretty darn cool. What a great idea. Okay guys, we are gonna try this again. The first one turned out okay, don't get me wrong, it was all right. But by the time it had finished, the paint can was still literally half full with paint. So we've added quite a bit of water. I've stirred it up a lot, so now it's a lot juicier. It should flow a lot better. So we have another big black piece of board, and we're gonna do this again and see what it's like with it flowing better. And I have a piece of tape over the hole in the bottom and it's starting to leak. So we'll switch the camera down and we will film it one more time with some juicier paint this time. All right. You can put it, don't worry about the top hole, just the finger you feel that one. Okay. And yeah, that's gonna be too. Well, you guys, we're gonna stop it right there. There's a tiny bit of paint left, but not much. My son Finn is gonna keep this one, and he likes the middle of it like this, so this one is finished. And definitely thinning out your paint makes all the difference in the world. See ya.